Corryn's looking at it. Can you see enough of that red stone with quiet weight come down, tap red onto yellow, yellow through the back, and you have to hold the shooter. Boy, that doesn't look like a lot of ice. You don't have a lot of room to roll here. You're going to hit the red on the outside somewhere more than likely. Have to hold the shooter to beat the yellow at the back of the 8-foot. Inside pressure was down right away. As soon as they're sure they're by the guard, it'll be offside sweep. They're not going to get by the guard, however. It just rubs. It's going to be another steal of 1 for Tabata. She's got a 7-0 lead. Going to be a quick discussion from the Brown team. Looks like they're going to keep... I was about to say that. They called one more player over. It looks like they're going to keep going, though. So it'll be Brown with last rock again in the 5th. She trails 7-0.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for.
Sean Joyce with you here live once we figured out our audio issues from the Saville Grand Prix at the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. You're watching Curling Stadium Edmonton, and it's women's action here this afternoon. The men were on the ice this morning, 16 teams on the men's side. We have 22 teams here on the women's side playing in round-robin pools, looking for a chance to get into the playoffs. This is the opening draw for the women. 10 sheets here at the Saville Center, so not everybody playing in this draw. The last 2 teams will play their first game later on tonight. Corryn Brown up against it here in this opening draw, trails by a score of 7-0 after 4 ends. She does have last rock here, and if nothing else, in a game like this, when it's game 1 in a round-robin competition, you want to get a solid end or 2 under your belts just so you can have some confidence going into their next game, which for the Brown team is later on tonight. They've got one corner guard up, ignoring the 2 stones in the top 12-foot, throwing a second corner to the other side. The lead for the Brown team is Samantha Fisher. Sarah Colton plays second. Erin Pincott is the third. And, of course, Corryn Brown, the skip. This is just the 5th stone of the end, so they can't do anything about the guards yet. Momoha Tabata asking her second, Sei Yamamoto, to come around into the top 4-foot. The lead on the team, Mikoto Nakajima. And the third, Miko Nihira. Apologies in advance for all the names I mispronounce. I do the best I can. It's got a nice line coming by those two stones in the 12-foot. She's going to bury a piece of this on the corner of the button. Brown team just discussing their options here. How do you address these rocks in the middle? It's no secret when you throw up the two corner guards, you know you're going to have to deal with rocks in the middle at some point in time and then hopefully get a chance to use your corners later on. She looked at following that shot rock down first. They have changed their mind and opted to make a play on the stone on the center line top 12. You actually might move the stone off the corner of the button as well when you do this and roll towards the corner. The key here, you have to hold the shooter. You cannot roll out a play on this. You roll out a play, they'll have the chance to peel one of the corner guards, even if you stay out in the open. They can make a play on the open stone, but you keep your guards that way. This is going to roll a long ways out of the rings and not able to spin it back in. So Momoha indeed does get a chance to peel the corner guard. Thought she might look at peeling the other one. Now this is the one that's a little more dangerous right now because Brown's going to be trying to roll behind it. The danger here in peeling this one, though, is that red stone that was just the shooter on the last stone is still in play. You jam this, it could spin back into the rings. Gets it over the top. Rolls the shooter all the way across and out of play. Still one corner guard to work with. Sarah Colton will look to come around it now. Still lots of room by the guard. Trying to bring it back now all they can to get some piece of this stone buried. This has been a problem for this team for the last couple of ends. They've had a few chances to get around corner guards and have left the rocks mostly in the open. Tabata not making a play on the stone in the rings, though. She's content to hit the guard for now. Just peel the guard out. I admit I'm a little surprised by that call. I thought she might go after the rock in the rings because the Brown team has had some trouble getting around those corner guards. Now Corryn's got the option to, well, she could guard the red one. She's talking about coming around the yellow at the top of the 12-foot as well. That's not a bad call either. They are going to opt for the corner guard. You've had trouble coming around the corner guards. Let's see if they can have a little more success trying to guard a rock that's already in the rings. Gets the guard on nicely, so Tabata will look to peel it again. Makes the peel. If the guard was good once, the guard should be good again. She's going to change gears and try to come around the yellow. I'm personally not a big fan of this flip-flopping on the calls. You come to the back now, you're going to leave them a chance to double on the reds. If you were content to do that, you might have wanted to play it on the last one. Going to be tight to that yellow at the top of the 12-foot. Does not get by. That actually might be okay. It at least leaves it in a spot where there's no double. Problem for Brown, though, if Tabata can make this hit roll in enough to sit 2, there won't be a double back on the yellows either. Skip stones here in the 5th. Momoha Tabata with her first, and the indication from the brushers, the weight might be a little on the firm side. Would have liked to have rolled to the inside here. She's going to stay a little high. It'll roll towards the outside. So Tabata sitting shot. Brown has second. 3rd and 4th belonging to the team from Sapporo. So Brown will have a chance now to make the play on shot rock, try to roll behind that stone at the top 12-foot. She should be high enough that it doesn't leave a double off the open stone. And I can't imagine Tabata would throw the run-back double with a 7-point lead. So she likely hits the open stone and concedes the opportunity for 2. But you have to make this roll, even if you roll past the one in the 12-foot a little bit. Just can't hit this right on the nose and leave her the double. And right out of Corryn's hand, both brushers indicating this might be a little strong. They're sweeping for curl. Has to get past the nose, has to get a little bit of roll here. Well, she's got a corner under it. Now, is it enough? The double is probably there, but it's risky. Does Tabata want to, is she willing to take the risk? You could just hit second shot, concede a deuce. It's there and she knows it. But if you ever rub that Yellowstone coming by at the top 12-foot, you could give up 3 here. She's going to play it. Took one more look at it from the hacks. That hand gesture to me might mean, well, even if we rub the guard, we might still clip the one out of the corner. Final stone for Momoha Tabata with a 7-point lead, looking for the double. Has to get by the stone just at the top of the 12. She's by, makes the hit, comes across, does make the double. Great shot. Corryn Brown just can't buy a break today. She'll have to draw for her single here in the fifth. Needed to get that roll under cover on her first one. Didn't quite get far enough. Left the double. Now needs the draw with her second to pick up the single. Needs to be almost a bite of the forefoot. Full 8. A little better than all full 8. Pressure's cleaning so far. Line's going to be nice. Corryn Brown with her final stone here in the fifth end. It's going to be just a little bit short. It's another steal of one, and that's handshakes. Momoha Tabata with an 8-0 victory over Corryn Brown. A dominant performance for the team out of Sapporo. For Corryn Brown, you go back to the drawing board. It's just one loss in a round-robin competition. They'll be back on the ice later tonight, see if they can turn things around. For myself, Sean Joyce, I want to thank everyone for joining us here this afternoon and sticking with us through some technical difficulties. Action continues here from the Saville Center all weekend long, and on Curling Stadium Edmonton, you'll have the opportunity to watch all of the action, both men's and women's play, and there will be commentary available, barring any more technical difficulties, on selected features. Draw 3 scheduled to start at, I believe it's 4:30 local time, so in about 3 hours. That'll be men's action, and the women back on later tonight. All of the action, as I said, available here for you on the Curling Stadium. We hope to see you here all weekend long. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and we'll see you later on for the men.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.